Okay, part two of this series. If you missed part one, make sure you go back. You can listen to this one first, then go to the other one. It's not like in any specific order, but it's important for you to hear all of them. So we are talking about 8 things that I would be doing if I wanted to boost my fertility for a healthy pregnancy in 2026. I am not personally trying to conceive right now, but if I were, these are the things I would be focusing on. And this is what I would obviously help support you with, clients, family, friends, the whole nine. Okay. So go back to part one for the first four. The last four that we're going to be talking about today, the first one is nervous system regulation. This is so huge. Okay. I've been working with clients for since like 2018, right? So you do the math. I'm not a mathematician. Okay. That's why I'm not a math teacher. And more and more and more, the more I work with women in this space, especially with trying to conceive, the hardest part and the most important part when they have been trying for a while is regulating the nervous system. These are the conversations I'm having the most with my close proximity clients, with one-on-one clients, and with my clients in the Trying to Conceive Accelerator. Because yes, obviously it's so important to regulate your blood sugar, to take your proper supplementation, to do all these things that we talk about. Yes, following the mind your hormones method step by step by step by step, that's like key, right? Like doing all that, yes, obviously. But once you get that down, once you have your supplement regimen, once you're having your meals in check, like all of that's good. You got your workouts, like the stuff that comes up consistently, that is something that you have to keep in check on a daily basis, moment to moment, is your nervous system. When you're navigating your 2-week wait, when you are seeing a pregnancy announcement, when you're going to a holiday dinner, when you're just in your normal day to day and you're like, oh my God, this is such an amazing moment, but I wish I was fucking pregnant, right? And you're having, and we talked about in a previous episode, like holding the duality of the hard season. That piece is so essential because it's a mental game at this point. It's a nervous system game at this point if you have been trying to conceive for 4+ months. Because it's so easy to get in your head and get dysregulated thinking like, fuck, when is it going to happen? Is this going to be a month? Is something wrong with me? Am I broken? Oh my God, I tried this already. I tried this, and nothing's working. Da, da, da. You could so easily get down in that spiral and live in that place, which is creating a more hostile environment and is putting roadblocks in your system that is going to negatively impact your ability to get pregnant. And it's such a like catch 22 because it's like it's so much harder to get to that regulated place once you're already in the place of like, oh my God, I've been trying for so long, I just want this to happen, da, da, da. But that's where the real work is. Regulating your nervous system is the real work. It's fucking easy to take a supplement, guys. Okay. It's easy to create a PFF meal. It's easy to have your lemon water. Like this shit isn't hard. Does it take time to get the habits? Yes, but it's not hard. But regulating your nervous system when you're dealing with fertility issues, when you're dealing with the decisions of should I go to fertility clinic? Should I start a medication? Should I not? Oh my God, is this going to work? Is it not work? 2-week wait again. I have to take another pregnancy test. Dealing with that and regulating yourself through it, that's the hard shit. But that is required for you to obviously have a more peaceful and grounded experience on your path towards motherhood. But it's also required for you to have strong progesterone levels, which is needed to get pregnant and have a healthy pregnancy. It's required for you to not create those roadblocks. Stress, chronic underlying stress, has such a deeper impact on your fertility than any supplement ever will, than any fertility tea, than any CoQ10. Like you could take CoQ10 out the fucking ass. If your nervous system is shot, it's going to be way more beneficial for you to get that shit in check than to take your CoQ10. Okay. Some people might not agree with that. I don't care. That's the fucking truth. So when I say regulate your nervous system, what does that mean? Well, how many hours do we have together? Okay. I mean, obviously this could be such a longer episode, but it's not gonna be different for everybody. Obviously, in the Mind Your Hormones that we have a module on regulating your nervous system, like just on a foundational level. nutritional wise, like all these different things, right? Balancing your blood sugar helps support your nervous system. So like all of that is in the Mind Your Hormones method. Obviously, like that is what I would do hands down if I wanted to get pregnant in 2026, is following that to a fucking T. The link for that's always in the show notes, code podcast for 10% off. But when we think about this more deeply, it's like, okay, what are the things that you're doing now that you know are not regulating you, right? You don't feel more grounded doing it. You don't feel more peaceful doing it. Probably scrolling TikTok in bed at night for an hour. I'm going to say that that could go to help regulate your nervous system, right? Maybe staying up too late, watching, Love Island or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I've never seen it, but apparently it's bingeable. Like not having strong boundaries, saying yes to things you don't actually want to do and that aren't really required for you to do, right? Like, what are these things that are happening in your daily life that are causing your nervous system to be more dysregulated? Because your 2-week wait isn't something that you can avoid, right? But not scrolling in bed for an hour before you go to sleep, you can avoid that, right? Also, your 2-week wait, even though it's not something you can avoid, you can perceive it differently. You can think about it differently. You can support yourself differently through the 2-week wait. That's also why I created the Try and Conceive Lifeline, because it's meant to help you get out of the spiral that can happen when you are trying to conceive and bring you to a more grounded, peaceful place, and that you could plug into literally whenever. It's just on-demand audio, is like a podcast, for specific situations when you're trying to conceive, so that you can get out of these spiral moments. Instead of spiraling down, you can spiral up, because it's in the small moments that are going to make the biggest difference. And so in order for your nervous system to be regulated, you need to be first aware and conscious of how your body feels and when you're not regulated. Sometimes if you're like out of tune with your body, or you've just been in this dysregulated place for so long, you might not even realize that you are dysregulated. So that's the first step, is like, okay, let's just notice, when do I feel like I'm dysregulated? When does my stomach feel like it's in a knot? My chest feel tight. I feel shaky. I feel like just dysregulated. I can think of another word, but like you know what I'm saying. You don't feel grounded. You don't feel centered. You feel like you're spiraling. Notice when that's happening, and it's your body's going to show you those signs before your mind catches up. So pay attention to how your body feels with certain situations and start there. Obviously, incorporating things like breathing practices, walking in silence, not having caffeine, that's going to jack your nervous system up even more. Those are basic level things. And then figuring out what you need in that moment to help get you to a grounded place. Popping on the Try and Conceive Lifeline, that's going to help you. Maybe listening to music and dancing it out, punching a pillow, yelling, crying, journaling, like, changing your thoughts, booking a therapy session with somebody, whatever it is. Something that's going to help regulate your nervous system is having a clear and concise and simple and proven plan that's actually going to help you get pregnant. So much of the dysregulation that you experience is because you're trying this on your own and you don't actually know what's working. You don't actually know what's helping your fertility and what's not helping your fertility. And you've been doing this for so long that that's where the dysregulation lies. So whether it's the Mind Your Hormones method or somebody else, I don't care if it's whoever it is. Obviously, I would love it to be the Mind Your Hormones method so we can work together and I know how powerful it is, or work more close with me one-on-one in the accelerator. If you want that one-on-one personalized support that you're really craving, would love for that to be our situation in 2026. But if it's not me and it's a functional doctor you found, or a naturopath, or a different nutritionist, whatever is going to make you feel like, oh, I can exhale. This is going to help me feel like I have a plan. I feel comfortable with this person. I trust this person. I know this is the next best step because my body feels calm and regulated throughout it. That is what I want you to focus on, okay? So nervous system regulation, hands down, okay? That's number 5. Number 6, again, it's number 1 for this episode, but number 5 overall with part 1. Number 6 is getting your gut in check. So your gut is tightly connected to your fertility, right? We talk about this all the time. Your fertility and your gut go hand in hand. Your gut is connected to your brain. Your gut is connected to your immune system. Your gut is where you absorb nutrients and minerals. Your gut is where you expel excess hormones. A jacked up gut is going to equal jacked up fertility, period. Your gut is also connected to your baby's gut microbiome. So not only is getting your gut in check going to help you get pregnant, it's going to also help pass on healthy a healthy microbiome, a healthy gut to your baby, which is going to improve their health for the rest of their life, literally. Okay. So getting your gut in check is huge. I have other episodes. Hold on, I need to take a sip of water one second. Which, by the way, instant hydration, which is what I'm drinking right now, got a new flavor. I think it's called passion fruit. It feels like I'm drinking like a cocktail from like on an island. Like it tastes like a like pineapple. It has a very strong pineapple taste. Maybe that's why I think of cocktails, because when I used to drink, I would always do vodka soda splash of pineapple juice. That was like my vibe. Wow, it's been a minute. But anyway, drinking this pineapple, like it tastes like this would be great if people do still drink. Would be a great mixer. Obviously, I'm not promoting drinking, but I'm saying it would be. But it tastes so fucking good. Anyway, so getting your gut in check. I have so many other episodes of like steps you could take to help support your gut, anti-inflammatory diet, reducing dairy, like having a lot of healthy fats, so helpful for your gut, reducing inflammation. We'll put other episodes below where we talk about gut health support. And of course, there's a module for this in the Mind Your Hormones method. But again, if you are someone who's like, you've had chronic gut issues for a really long time, definitely, you want to be shifting things in your diet and your nutrition and your lifestyle prior to going any further than that. But if you've already made some changes and you're someone who has had gut issues for a long time, whether that's chronic bloating, alternating, there we go, between diarrhea and constipation, or you're just having diarrhea, or you're just having constipation, or you have excess like acne or rashes all over your body, or acid reflux, anything like that. And this has been going on for a while. Obviously, fertility issues included in this, irregular periods, painful periods, all these things. Getting a stool test would be for sure what I would recommend. Like that's what I would be doing. I did that before I got pregnant with Madison. Excuse me. I had a stool test done in January. Found I had a parasite, H. pylori. I had just like a dysbiosis of bacteria. What else did I have? Oh, candida. Healed all of that, which I know helped me get pregnant right away with Madison, hands down. So if you have been having a lot of gut issues, definitely do like the basic foundational steps first, like I teach in the Mind Your Hormones method, and we have other episodes on that too. And then if you need to take it a step further and you want to get some functional testing, highly recommend Gut Personal stool test, hands down. Okay. So I'll put that link in the show notes for you too. We have a discount for that. So I'll put that in there too. But getting your gut in check is essential. Okay. Number 4 would be walking more. Not even exercising more, but walking more. Walking is so underrated and so undervalued as a form of exercise. It's definitely like getting more rap now than it was in the past, but people will prioritize like an hour spin class or boot camp class over walking. And I would do the opposite. I literally would promote the opposite because number 1, it's nourishing to your nervous system. We just talked about your nervous system. It's supportive no matter what you have going on. If you have PCOS, if you have a thyroid issue, if you have endometriosis, if you have fibroids, if you have none of the above, right? It doesn't matter what it is, it's going to be supportive for you. And it is mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically beneficial. So you're getting so many bang for your buck. And instead of prioritizing an hour workout class and then sitting the majority of the rest of the day, I would rather you take like a few 15-minute walks or like an hour walk and then like, a 15-minute one after meals or whatever it is. Obviously, it's really helpful for your gut and your blood sugar to eat right after a meal. But just walking in general, walking more, park further, whenever I go anywhere, Target, it's really the only place I go, food shopping, wherever I'm going, okay? I am always parking, even when it's 10 fucking degrees out. I have Madison. I am parking the furthest parking spot possible to get to the store because every little bit counts. Okay. Take the stairs when you can. Obviously, prioritizing a walk outside is really what I mean by this because you're getting the dopamine, you're getting the benefits of just being out in nature. Taking a silent walk would be even better. So you have that added addition of the walking is going to help your heart health. It's going to help your metabolic health, and your metabolic health is tightly connected to your fertility. It's going to support your blood sugar, which is obviously more supportive for fertility. It's going to help your gut, again, going to help your fertility, but it's also going to help you mentally, and it's going to help your nervous system. It's a form of movement that isn't jacking your nervous system up, which most of you listening to this right now, you need more slow movements that are nourishing to your nervous system. You don't need another boot camp class. You don't need Orange Theory. People still doing that. You don't need an hour-long spin. You need a nice walk outside. And you're going to see more physical benefits, like changes in your body from doing that than doing any of these hard ass hitting workouts. Let me tell you that. Okay. So walking more, what can that look like for you? Even say you walk right now, like 5,000 steps a day. How can we get that to 7,000? If you walk 7,000, how can we get that to 9,000? If you walk 9,000, how can we get, like, averaging? I would love for you to get to about 10,000 steps a day, but work with where you're at. If you're getting like 2,000 steps a day right now, let's bump that up to 4,000. And then once you're consistent with that, let's increase that more. Once you do it and you see the benefits of it and you feel the benefits of it, you're going to want to do it more. And let me tell you this, because this time of year, and depending if you're in a cold area like me, even if it's fucking cold out, okay? Bundle that shit up. I bundle me and Madison up. It takes like just a half an hour to get out the door just to get all the layers on, but it's so worth it. And I also have my walking pad, which helps a ton for getting enough steps in the winter. Because sometimes with her specifically, I would go out no matter what. But if it's like fucking 10 degrees out, I can't go that long with her. You know what I mean? Even though I bundle her up, it's like, I don't want to be outside too much because she's just sitting there, right? Like I'm at least walking, internally heating up my body. So I'll use the walking pad. So that's a great investment for you to get as well, especially if you're in a cold city, town, whatever. That's really helpful for me. And I use it while I'm working. Obviously, you hear me all the time on the podcast on my walking pad. That helps a lot too. So get stepping. All right. Get stepping. And the last one, I mean, this goes without saying at this point, but I still have clients who will like fill out paperwork and they're still using their like Bobby Brown, their MAC, their like Lysol and shit. And I'm like, girl, it's almost 2026. Okay. We have so many better options now. It's time to drop the L'Oreal, the Bobby Brown, the MAC. I don't care if it's your favorite lipstick. I don't care if it's your favorite foundation. Find another one. There's plenty out there now. Okay. Maybe 10 years ago when we first started doing this, we, meaning me, it was actually more than 10 years ago at this point, but there weren't that many great options. Okay. Like I could probably count. I remember going into CVS. I think it was Physicians Formula or something. Physicians Formula. I think that's what it was called. It was like one of the only non-toxic like mascaras and makeup brands out there. Like there was like nothing back then. I would use that anyway if it was shitty, just because I was like, whatever, it's non-toxic. There are so many good options now, so there's no excuse for you to not be switching these things, okay? Non-toxic beauty and household cleaning products are the standard. You don't want to have this shit in your body. You don't need these chemicals seeping into your liver and into your bloodstream and making it harder for your body to have healthy fertility and to just health overall fertility aside, linked to cancer, reproductive disorders, asthma, so many different things, okay? And this also goes for organic foods too, okay? Like just toxins in general. But I have a totally free guide, all non-toxic household and beauty products, linked in ShopMy. It's so easy for you to access. We'll put that in the show notes. And it doesn't have to be overwhelming. When one of your products runs out, switch to a more non-toxic one. And if you're like, oh, but Corinne, like my MAC lipstick or whatever, if like you're getting married or something like, and you want to wear it for like a special occasion, okay, fine. But your daily stuff, your daily cleaning products, your daily makeup, your daily lotions, shampoos, all this shit, switch it over. When one runs out, get a new one, okay? Or before you get a new one, check it on ewg.org/skindeep and see the level that it actually is. I want it to be at a 1 or a 2. Anything above that, it's a no for me, okay? Because also when you're pregnant, you're not going to be using some of these things because you're not going to want these toxins to go into the baby. But spoiler alert, it's going to be going into your body tissues now anyway, and that's going to affect the baby. It could affect the baby regardless, right? I'm not saying that if you're using if you're using toxic things, it's going to negatively impact your baby. Like, don't get it twisted, disclaimer, all that stuff, okay? But we know it's going to be beneficial for everybody involved. So get rid of that shit and get a new one, okay? I'll put the link to the non-toxic beauty and household cleaning products thing below. And again, that also goes for organic foods as much as possible. You're going to be eating out and you're going to be eating foods that aren't organic sometimes. It is what it is, okay? But what are we doing the majority of the time? That is what you need to prioritize. So that is part 2. I mean, of course, I could go on and on and on about things that I would help support you with, but that's why we gotta work together, okay? I have so many options to work together. Get in the Mind Your Hormones method. Get in the Mind Your Hormones method. If you've been thinking about it and you don't want to start 2026 or end 2026 in the same way that you're living right now, piecing together 100 different, topics and strategies from across social media, Google, ChatGPT, all these things, and you just want a clear plan that you know works and is proven and has helped hundreds of other women, get inside. Okay. You can use code podcast for 10% off. It's amazing. And if you want like one-on-one support with that, then I would recommend the Trying to Conceive Accelerator. If you're like, no, I want like just personalized support with it too. You've been through the ringer and you're like, no, I'm ready to just get in there with you. Then I would recommend that too. Okay. We'll put the link for both of that in the show notes. Thank you as always for being here. I'm so grateful to have you as part of this community and to just continue to support you, whether we work together ever or not. I'm so grateful for you. And I know this podcast is helping you no matter what. And it's just been a wild ride, but I appreciate you. As always, send this to someone who you know is maybe trying to conceive or wanting to in 2026. Go back to part 1 if you missed it and you haven't listened to it yet. We'll link that below. It was a couple episodes ago. It was not the one right before this, the one before that, I think. I don't know. You'll find. I'll say part 1. You're an educated woman. You got this, okay? I love you so much, and I will talk to you in the next episode.
Thank you so much for being here. If you loved this episode and learned something valuable, please share it with a friend who you think would also love it, or post it on social media and tag me so I could personally say thank you for helping me spread this important message. I am beyond grateful to be here with you. So until next time, stay intentional, stay consistent, and always mind your hormones.